And welcome back to our analysis. We are doing analysis of the Westham 3-1 win over Chelsea at the London Stadium. So Chelsea lost this game because of two huge mistakes, one set mistake and the last ditch tackle by Caicedo. But we're going to analyze how Pochettino set his team up and if the tactics that he employed were suitable to win this game for Chelsea. Again, Chelsea's attack and lack of goals is something that has come to bite them again this season, since they were not able to finish the game early on and exercise dominance and control, especially in the second half. Before we continue our analysis on this video, like this video, share and subscribe to this channel. Discussion. So Chelsea lined up in a 3-4-3 formation. During build-up, Chelsea would move into a pseudo back four with Colwill pushing to play like a left back. So West Ham targeted to force Chelsea to play down the left, since Chilwell is not quite good on the ball, and therefore Kufal would spring out quick enough to press Chilwell, who made a very bad back pass to Colwill rather than playing the ball forward, which saw Jared Bowen get the ball and Conor Gallagher had to concede a corner since Chelsea were in a dangerous situation. And you know very well that when playing, and this resulted in West Ham opening the goal. Just like the game against Liverpool, Chelsea started quite slow, but later grew into the game. So, Pochettino decided to go back with his system whereby West Ham tried to press Chelsea high, but Chelsea decided to be playing long balls over the top for the runs of Jackson. This created a situation where Chelsea almost had a penalty kick just immediately after West Ham scored, though Jackson was ruled to be offside, and this denied Chelsea a goal-scoring opportunity. Now, since West Ham realized that Chelsea started to play balls over the top, they decided to drop back since they already even scored the first goal. And this created spaces in the midfield areas for Chelsea, especially Disasi, to be picking players in between the lines. And this is where we saw the likes of Enzo receive the ball in between the lines and play first-time balls for the runs of Jackson, though Zuma was quite dominant in the air and won aerial duels against Jackson. Now, Chelsea continued this build-up system and saw that they were growing into the game. And so this saw Gallagher playing as the single holding midfielder, with Chelsea attempting to play line-breaking passes to Jackson. The problem was Kane and Sterling were not making runs beyond Jackson to play in these positions vacated by the centre-backs. And this is something that Chelsea have a problem with. And this is why Chelsea were not able to unlocking the attack, making Gusto to be the only outlet outside where Enzo would play the ball sideways. So Gusto will try to thread balls in the half spaces for the runs of Sterling, which Sterling actually made. But again, Chelsea were not attacking the box in huge numbers to score goals. And this is something that I continue to reiterate, that Chelsea attackers are leaving Jackson isolated high up the pitch. Gusto also was not overlapping like Reece James in the last game and was playing quite deeper. And this made the opposition's defense stay tight, since they will not stretch out to mark Gusto. Down the left-hand flank, Chilwell and Kane Chukwuemeka together with Colwill will form a triangle to try to manipulate West Ham. But the problem with having a wing-back system is that these wing-backs are not good 1v1 dribblers, especially Chilwell. Therefore, when he received the ball in this kind of position, rather than taking on his man, he would pass the ball backwards. And this is the difference between Chelsea and Manchester City. Guardiola likes his wingers to be the ones who hold the width, since the Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva are able to take on their fullbacks. Chilwell in this position was only capable of whipping in crosses, but Zuma and Agard were quite good in dealing with Jackson. But again, as I said, Chelsea's attackers were not attacking the 6-yard space in mass, and therefore this made it easier for West Ham to win the ball. A moment of brilliance from Kani Chukwuemeka is what resulted in Chelsea's first goal. And as I repeat again, Chelsea attackers need to position themselves in mass and attack the 6-yard space in mass, because it's only Jackson who's being caught inside the 18-yard box. Most Chelsea attackers are starting out wide. Now, Chelsea started to commit a lot of players during the attack. Even Thiago Silva was pushing forward to play as a pseudo-defensive midfielder to give Chelsea numerical superiority in build-up. Now, Thiago Silva will try to thread balls through to West Ham's midfield, but Souček and Paqueta will intercept the ball with Ward-Prowse quick enough to play diagonal balls for the runs of Antonio. Antonio, in this case, was 1v1 against Disasi, but caught him once where he scored the second goal for West Ham. And Disasi should have known better to go closer and nearer to the forward rather than giving a lethal attacker like Anthony time and space on the ball. This saw Pochettino make subs. Gusto and Gallagher left, and Kani Chukwuemeka left because of injury, seeing the introduction of Mudryk, Caicedo, Madueke. The problem with Mudryk, and that's why he's not starting, is that Mudryk is not cutting in and using his strong right foot to run at defenders while cutting in, therefore crowding outside with Ben Chilwell. Alternatively, he likes to cut in with the ball and pass the ball sideways. And this is a problem that Mudryk is giving to Chelsea, because rather than going to take on a defender, he's busy just passing the ball sideways. Another problem is Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke is not using his left foot to run at the defense, but rather is using his left foot to try to attempt to make crosses. So what do we learn from this game? Chelsea's attack is the Achilles heel, because if Enzo Fernandez scores the second goal, Chelsea are comfortable winning the game. Also, another thing is that Pochettino needs to create a structure whereby he has two holding midfielders sitting in front of the defense. Pushing of Enzo Fernandez high up left Gallagher and Caicedo quite isolated in midfield. At Manchester City, when Rodri came in the first season, Guardiola phased him in by either playing him alongside Gundogan or playing him alongside Fernandinho. So therefore, Caicedo cannot just start holding the midfield by himself. He needs a player next to him. Therefore, Chelsea need to improve their attacking movements and patterns of play. Pochettino should try and abandon the wing-back system and employ a more wide winger system like Manchester City. This is because wing-backs are not able to help Chelsea, especially when they are playing against teams that sit in deep blocks. That is my analysis for today on this game. Stick around as we do more analysis on Chelsea and other teams. Thanks for watching.